Hello, Royals. This is Mademoiselle Mosley again. I hope everybody's doing fine this evening. Before I get on the subject that I want to talk about, there's a saying that people used to say. They say, good guys finish last. That's not a true statement, but I'm going to add something to it. At least they get to finish. They say good guys finish last, but at least they get to finish. Because those who are not good guys, they never get to the finishing point. It's because they keep restarting different relationships over and over and over again. So they never get to that defining point in their life. Whether you think good guys finish last, first, second, third, it doesn't matter. At least they get to finish. And when they finish, it's a true finish. It's nothing that they faking and shaking like turkey bacon. They did a true thing. Be true to the game. Then they know you're not playing. As long as you're true to the game, that means you're not playing. The game is not being true. You know what I'm saying. So, anyway, get past that part. Tonight I want to speak about the blueprint. I know you guys know a blueprint is a plan, or a model. It's like they drafted on a piece of paper and they, pretty much show you the design or how it's going to be built so you'll know what materials you're going to need, what the foundation is going to be, and where the plumbing and all these different things is going to be. But oftentimes, I'm speaking about, well, oftentimes that's considering a house. But I'm talking about a family. I'm talking about life in general. I discovered, a lot of different things about relationships and marriages. And a lot of times the reason why they don't work is because there's no plan. There's no blueprint. There's no model. And then sometimes, the reason why a lot of things don't work, the models that we came from, the parenting and the marriages and the relationships that we seen modeled were not right relationships. And not saying anybody has a perfect relationship, but there's a way to do things decently and in order, even if it's a disorder. There is a way to do things decently and in order, even if there's some sort of disorder. So when you look at the blueprint of life, I know oftentimes I've heard people say, "Ooh, I don't want to look like my mom. Don't say that. I don't want to look like my dad." Because they weren't good people, or the people that they felt were good, not good. But just because you look like somebody don't mean you have to be like them. Yes, you're going to be in people's likeness that you were born from, your mother, your father, or even sometimes the grandparents. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be them. But I think the great thing about looking like someone and sort of kind of like not want to be like that person, you give an opportunity to give that look a good look. You get to change the game, and not be the same. I think that's just such a beautiful thing. I just think that you get this opportunity to change the game. So don't be upset about that. Ooh, I look just like people say I like my daddy. Okay, I look like my daddy. My daddy was a funny person. He was a good person. I loved him. He was himself. I'm just in his likeness. But also, I want to say this about the blueprint. We can decide how we want to build something, or how we need to rebuild it, or if we need the foundation bigger, or if we don't. We get a chance and an opportunity to change things to make them better, not be mad at the people because they didn't do it like we wanted it done. We get their blueprint and we look at it, we be like, well, I want to knock out this wall, or I want to, have a bigger foundation because instead of 5 bedrooms, I want 8. You get an opportunity to look at the blueprint. See, they didn't have that opportunity. The one person you probably complaining about didn't have that opportunity to look at a blueprint and have the idea that you have is that you can change it. You could change it to fit you. They didn't have that opportunity, but you do. So thank them for that opportunity, that your mind is set on rearranging and changing things, and stop blaming and start claiming the new blueprint. Don't blame them for the old blueprint, because they probably thought that was right according to what they experienced, according to what they've been through. So, like I say to you, get it before it gets you. The power is in your hands to change your life. You don't have to go through struggle and strife. Not saying that struggle and strife is not a great part of being successful in life, but you don't have to. When you see a blueprint of the struggle, you can change it. You can rearrange it so you don't have to, at least you don't have to go through that part. Be thankful. Stop blaming and start claiming the victory. Stop blaming the defeated and be a claimer of your victorious life because of what you've seen prior to this situation. You know what I mean? It's like, sometimes I think about my grandmother and my mother, and I think about how I viewed them. They were a blueprint. And sometimes there's things that you don't like about your parents or a person who raised you. You don't have to come down on them. You just look at that and I take what's good from people and I leave the bad. That helps me. And I'm going to hang on to the good part when I be around them. I'm not going to worry about the bad part. So I just think that really will help you guys if y'all just hang on to the good and get rid of the bad and do your own blueprint of life. And do it right. Don't do bad things. Don't be vengeful. Don't do things of that magnitude, because if you be vengeful and you do things bad, you're going to reap what you sow. I don't think people really believe that, but you do. So, like I said, get it before it gets you. Like and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later. You have the power to change your own blueprint. Goodbye now. Love you guys.